Is this your first podcast?
Shut your bitch ass up.
No, it is my last.
Everybody! Yeah, bro. What the fuck were we talking about last night?
Just the gaming and everything. And
Oh, yeah.
something that I wanted to touch on was the how you said you had a friend who you really got along with simply because of how well you guys got together over games. And bruh, that made me think about just like different friendships and their purposes. People always just say, "Oh, I have friends this, I have friends that." But there's like different friendships, and they each have different purposes for what they bring to your life.
Yep.
But the worst part is when somebody doesn't know what this is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like what their role is in your life type thing.
They start trying to weasel out.
Not even. It's like they start trying to fill every box.
When I say weasel out, I mean like it's not consensual. More so, you guys didn't come to a consensus about taking it to this next level. You know what I mean? Or dabbling in this next thing. Like when you and I are about to try something, we're like, oh, let's try to make a song. We're like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. But when it's one hand pulling and the other one just like being idle, it starts to be like,
it feels gross.
It feels gross.
Hey, let go of me, you fiend.
Unhappy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I mean, I feel that heavy, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think about like their friends and where they like sit in like the sector of their life. And they can look at that and kind of like, oh, well, that's sad that you will never know about this, or like you can't provide me anything in this realm or this, or you don't have the same career, so we can't relate about that, or like you're not into working out, and I am, or whatever the fuck it is. But it's like there's also a lot of power in that too, in knowing that, you know, there isn't a one size fits all person. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need to keep reaching out to people and connecting to people and building those relationships, because people satisfy different parts of like who you are.
Absolutely. It's kind of like how you were talking about recently that we've never talked about gaming before.
Yeah.
In the entire time that we've known each other. And it feels like it's been so long. And it's just like, it's okay that I didn't scratch that itch, you know?
Yeah. Because you had other shit you had other sectors of my life where like you matched so like perfectly in.
Exactly. And that's all that matters really. Like especially like going both ways. And to go even further, people don't realize that applies to relationships too. People get this idea in their head: my girlfriend needs to be this, she needs to be that.
She gotta cook. She gotta clean.
She gotta be bad as hell.
Right. She gotta work out. She gotta kill niggas. Yeah.
And then she's just here like, I'm not gonna fulfill every fantasy that you have in your head, and then be ridiculed or berated for not being who you want me to be in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not living up to the standard that you've created for yourself.
That's why you can't love the idea of a person.
Yeah, bro. It's like that's why you have to understand, and it's taken me a long time to kind of understand that with people and with love, whether it's platonic or romantic, it's hardly ever a thing of, oh, did I find my twin flame? Is this my soulmate? Like, you know, it's just the one person in the entire world that has just been cut from my cloth. Is more so of a thing of how many pros and cons does our relationship have? And how many parts of my spirit do you
align with?
Yeah, do you align with / help flourish, versus how many parts of me do you detract from or make me feel like just shitty about, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's not going to be perfect every time. Like, you're going to have your mind links. You're going to have your moments where it's just like, damn, she really supported me through that. There's always going to be those times where it's like, damn, what are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Do you hear what you're saying right now?
What are you talking about? And it is calm.
Yeah. It's
calm because I don't know why people like put such a divide between platonic and then romantic. Because when you're with your bro and y'all are chilling and say you're eating and he breaks out like the, I don't know, barbecue sauce on his cake or something like this, right? And then you're just like, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you just keep it pushing. But what is your girl? It's, oh my God.
Have I made the wrong decision?
She's not the one.
Yeah.
And it just, you have to, as that song I told you about said, just count the days you have someone to do life with. Like every day, this person is still here for you.
Yeah.
Because we were talking before about like the difference that we feel with the people that we get to spend time with when we're in school versus when we're not in school.
Mm-hmm.
You think about how much you miss the little nuances, the little things they go through.
Mm-hmm.
It's important, man.
Yeah, bro. I think it is really kind of like shifting into my perspective of how I view life in general.
Talk to me.
Is becoming gradually more about like how do you perceive and go through overcoming problems versus like how much time do I have to be happy? Because like life is niggas shut up. At this point, I feel like when I think about the value of life on a holistic standpoint, it's just about like what you can take and learn and derive from the myriad of different experiences and emotions that you go through, just like going through life, you know. And that also means that whenever you're having like a really, really, really bad time, that there's also value in that, because it's like that's a part of being alive. You know, you're not just gonna have a easy time or have a great time every day that you fucking wake up, and it's not just gonna be good or pleasant things that happen to you. And it's like I'm not even talking about more so like how niggas look at bad shit that happens and be like, oh, character development. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, obviously, but it's like everything in life can be character development if you look at it from that standpoint.
Absolutely. And that's when you start tapping into like a different level of perspective and a different level of just being happy.
Yeah.
I remember it so well when you said, damn, I'm glad we live so close together, because going to Target, you can derive joy from just chilling with your friends, doing nothing crazy. You can derive joy from even just sitting in what seems like pain, what is pain, and thinking about the prospect of how you're going to deal with it. You can derive joy from.
Yeah.
But that also means that you could derive anything from anything.
Yeah.
So, for example, like today I had a great day, you know, saw my queen, everything was good.
Yeah.
But if I was a different person, or if I had a different mindset, I would focus on every little negative thing that could have potentially made today bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's literally anything. I could let anything just take me to a different mindscape. And then you realize you have way more power than you thought you did.
Yeah.
Just because you have the power to ruin your own day doesn't mean that you don't also have the power to make your day 10 times better than it already could have been. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel you. I feel like the intersect between that realization and then putting forth or working towards having the mindset to always choose to do the harder thing, which is trying to make your situation better, is like a challenge that I'm like constantly internally wrangling with, because it's just is difficult, you know. It's like you can derive anything from anything, as you said. So it's like there'd be times where good things happen to me, or it's like I'm having a good time with my queen, and it's like, damn, part of my brain is like, you know, enjoy this now.
Exactly. It's just like a hand on your shoulder. Wait till you get home.
You know, or just wait till like tomorrow.
Anything bad happens.
Wait till you get old.
Yeah.
Or just like wait till you die. Or you know what I'm saying?
It's like, can I have anything? Please.
And it can get so overwhelming, because at least for me, it makes me hyper focus on like behaving like perfectly and like doing everything in my power to not fuck anything up and to like, you know, be constantly growing at this like steady incline,
exponential rate.
you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, if anything goes wrong, it's not on me. But then obviously I do something wrong because I'm fucking human, and then my entire worldview collapses, or rather my entire emotional stability collapses because of the fragile element that governs my worldview.
Oh my goodness, you said that so well. It's beautiful when you think about it, because when you choose to adopt such like a fragile mindset, it might seem perfect, but it's like that glass vase that your mom tells you don't play in the house, you know? But anything, even like the slightest breath, can make that beautiful thing just fall apart.
Yeah.
And it's only beautiful because you allow it to be. You see what I'm saying? And that thing that you mentioned, I wanted to touch on about how you try to be practically perfect. It's the same thing as this trope that I've seen in a show where someone explains, one of the characters, he goes, you don't want to know how you die because you will inevitably do everything in your power to avoid it. And somehow, in doing so, you will make it that much more likely to happen. And it really made me like think. I was like, how does that make sense though?
Yeah.
And it makes me think about like the more that you try to avoid something, usually the more that it
is likely to occur.
It's likely to occur. It's like awkward situations. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. But if you think about not making it awkward,
then you're gonna do things that are fucking awkward.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, it's like a manifestation. You know, like bringing things into from your thoughts into reality because of like the fangs that it has in your subconscious.
Oh, you're cooking.
You know, and it's like I know that the more that I hinge my worldview on my perfection, is the more that I give power to my fear of failure. You know, and the more power that I give to my fear of failure, the less action I'm able to take to get to my goals. And inversely, the more likely I'm making my fear of never achieving them.
Exactly. And then failure becomes that much more powerful when it does hit.
Yeah.
It's like giving it, is it a buff?
Yeah.
It's like,
Is it Nerf?
Yeah.
Old head.
Like giving it, it's like giving it a buff, and it's like, wow. You realize how much risk comes with trying to achieve your goals. How much times you just got to be like, just jump. It's like when doing parkour. The moment you do anything scared, you're cooked. You're falling off that building.
Yeah. The moment you think about it too much.
Yeah, bro. And that's such a weird phenomenon. Thinking about something, they always say think before you do, but also you have to not think before you do. So, what do you do? It's just like, damn.
Yeah, bro. I've been in this really weird space where I'm trying to listen to myself more, and I'm trying to like talk to myself, like my internal dialogue more.
Yeah.
So it's like because I feel like I feel like I just haven't been doing that really. For better or for worse, I've been like taking my feelings and just putting them in like the dresser drawer in the fucking like basement. And I'm trying to like deal with that more by actually like having that dialogue, like through like meditation and shit. But then it's also like I'm also trying to not give that process as much importance as I feel like it needs to have, because all of this thought and all of this like space that I want to give to myself it doesn't change the reality of like where I am.
Mm.
And it doesn't change the reality of if I want to change where I am, you just have to do these things and
Yeah.
then keep doing them, and then, you know, saying, learn from the process and just keep doing it.
And I think the thing that is most important with that internal dialogue isn't so much of simply continuously having it.
Mm.
It's about reaching a place where there's understanding between you and yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's treat yourself as like a separate entity. Like, let's call it like Douglas instead of just Devani, right?
Okay.
So say Douglas, you have to help him understand that yes, he still needs to do these things, but it's how he feels when he does it. Because there's a difference between when you're on your like third set of leg raises and you're asking God for strength and
That'd be
you're
me for
begging for it to stop.
real.
And you're
Yeah.
just like, why am I even doing this?
Versus like you're doing the leg raises and you're like, it's empowering to know that even though with every rep feels like I can't do anymore, I keep surprising myself knowing that I can do more.
Exactly. And then when the hard stuff happens and when my girl looks to me and then when people need to rely on me, I know I can stand on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the last leg workout I did was absolutely agonizing. It wasn't even like a burn. It just hurt when I was doing leg raises. Like every rep, I had more in me, and I was mad that I did because of how much it hurt.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? My girl needs me. My family needs me. I need to be strong. I know why I'm doing this. There's never been a question about that. You know what I mean? Especially in this last year and a half. And that can only come from already having that internal dialogue with yourself or just retouching on it. It's like that hand on your shoulder when you're doing something from whether it's your father, your mother, anybody, but it's just yourself. Like, this is why you do this. And then it just becomes that much easier to do it. When you explain the pain, it's like something that they used to tell us when I went to Catholic school is that when Jesus was on the cross and he had a blade in his side, he's being hung by his hands. If we really think about that, you have 2 nails in your wrists.
Yeah.
You're being hung by it. They loop it into the bone. So, because obviously if you put it anywhere else, it's just going to tear straight through your hand. They loop it through the bone. You have a crown around your head that's made out of thorns.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah, I was. I was in the crowd.
You know what I'm saying?
But you think about that, and then there was a point during that, if I remember correctly, where Jesus was just like, Dad, bro, why?
What are we doing, man? You watching?
Like, Dad.
Yeah.
Why? And I'm not exactly sure when it was explained to him or how, but once he understood, I'm sure it became that much easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The pain. Yeah.
Because it's just like, okay, this is the mission. Or even just hearing like from somebody that you care about, and obviously it's yourself in the situation, but it's like, trust, you know? Trust in this. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm trusting. And it just becomes that much easier, man. It's so important to like have that. Because when you don't know why you're doing something, it's not even just that much harder. It's incredibly difficult, bro.
Yeah.
It feels like there's no point.
Yeah, you just float around doing whatever random shit.
Imagine we had no evidence to support that working out made you live longer or made you stronger.
You just want to lift things up and put them down. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. It doesn't make sense. But I hope that in your journey with this dialogue, it can get to the point where it's not every time you have to sit down with yourself and be like, all right, let's do this again.
Talk to Papa. What's wrong this time?
Man.
Yeah, bro. It feels... I completely understand what you're saying. Because that's been very much the dialogue that I have with myself, just like, you know, on a daily basis type shit. Like, just like going through, doing hard things. And obviously I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. But at the same time, even though I know why I'm doing it, and I keep doing it, every day for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
there still comes a point where it's just like, bruh.
Yeah.
Or it just feels like I just have like nothing left. I just have like nothing inside, or if it's in there, it's like I can't see it.
Can't tap into it.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's like there's a wall blocking it, and it's like the worst part is that somewhere along the way, I was the one building this wall. I don't know. I said this before, and it sounds dramatic as fuck when I say it,
Mm-hmm.
but it really be feeling like parts of me just like die, and it's like talking to you
Mm-hmm.
or like talking to Jay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it like revives. It's like it's in a down state, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a certain amount of time for me to like relock back in,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, now maybe I got another week in me.
But only a week.
It's just a matter of time before it happens again.
I was recently in a similar cycle where I was just like, when am I gonna get it? When am I gonna understand that this can't be how I exist anymore? Sometimes I look at my room, I look at the state of my schedule, I look at the state of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, am I gonna have another fuck semester filled with poor time management and potential loss of employment and potential loss of my mind again? Because I'm 4 for 4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why I got exponentially harder ever since I met you, but
Yeah, bro, I don't know. The Lord was like, "Hey, man, it's about to get rough. So here's a compadre to give you some laughs along the way."
like, golly, man.
Yeah.
And I look at myself, and something that I always ask myself is, why can't life be like the movies? And let me be specific because I don't want this to be misconstrued. Let me be clear. Yeah, I don't want this to be misconstrued. But when I ask why can't life be like the movies, in every movie, in every hero story, you see that moment where it just clicks for them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like that moment in Dragon Ball Z where that red line goes behind Gohan's head, and he just snaps and goes Super Saiyan 2. You know?
Yeah.
In every story, you see it click for the winner or the hero, or whatever you want to call them.
Point in Tokyo Ghoul, his hair turns white.
Exactly.
And now you're just a different person.
He's a different person. You know? Mm-hmm. He doesn't allow, and yes, that is also present. I'm going to touch on that after, because that can be present in real life. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I wish it's just like, okay, it was then, and then I just never look back.
Yep.
And then I just never look back. And the worst part about it is, I know it's possible. Mm-hmm. There's niggas who beat addiction. There's people who overcome certain things that used to be an ailment to them, and now you don't even think twice. Yeah. It's the same way like you and I at one point, and don't get me wrong, it's cool that we play games now, but it doesn't have the hold over us that it used to, you know? Mm-hmm. It's not even a thought. Like, if we need to do something, we're not like, should I play the game, or should I take my grandfather to his friend's funeral? I don't know. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. It's not even a thought. So I'm like, why can't that apply to different areas of my life? Why can't I do that same thing? But I realize now what I'm doing is comparing like putting down like sweets versus like putting down cigarettes. You know?
Elaborate.
It's okay, so I'm talking about the levels here, you know? Mm-hmm. Putting down gaming is the equivalent about putting down sweets. Don't get me wrong, we love to game. But cigarettes have a highly addictive nature to them. Mm-hmm. And so do other elements of life.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like niggas is comparing like the struggles of our lives with being like tortured for like weeks on it.
Exactly, bro. And I think what we have to realize is the only way to achieve these things is to, well, do three things, right? One, accept that failure, the way you put your hand out, accept that failure is a necessary part of the process. Two, accept that you're not going to feel good all the time during this shit. So just know that that's going to happen. You're not going to feel good. Obviously, the days that you don't want to do it are the most important days. But it's just helpful to understand this is what is necessary. And then three, and these all sound so generic, but I'm going to touch on it after. Three is to obviously fall in love with the process. But people don't understand what it means to fall in love with the process. They don't. It's like you need to sit down and be like, all right, step one, do this thing. And not just, okay, step one, do this thing. It's like, I have to understand that this is what I'm going to be doing for a very, very, very long time.
Yep.
And it's okay. Because imagine all you ever had was the goal, right? There's no mom asking you what to do. There's no girlfriend calling you up. You just have the goal, right? And at first, your mom calling you to do something, or your girlfriend saying that she needs help with something in the evening, the first thing we think is, distractions from the goal, right? But niggas don't even realize this is why we do this shit. It's for them. Obviously it's for us, but it's also for them. And now let's eliminate them completely from the thing, right? You do the goal, you take the steps, yeah, you get there quicker, but something feels off. I made it. I have the money. Yippee! I did it. Yeah, I got here, like, say, that's 2 years faster than I would have if I had just, if I did have them around. But you don't realize what you've lost.
Yeah.
It's just like, the reason people say fall in love with the process is because there's so many other things that can uplift you when shit is bad. There's so many other things. It doesn't have to just be the goal. That's why I was just talking to Adonis on the phone. And I was telling him, I was like, Adonis, as much as, like, I know we always say we don't have time for recreational activity, the reason it's so much easier to go to work and go to school is because I game with my girl after it's all said and done. I have something to look forward to. I have a balance in my life. It's not the holy grail. It's not everything that I need in life. It's not the ultimate goal, but it appeases me. It makes me going to work the next day that much easier.
Yeah.
I know I have something to look forward to. Imagine you worked out every single day, no rest day. Imagine you ate clean 24/7, no cheat meal. And you would achieve the gains faster. Yes, you would, but you would also be fucking miserable, bro.
That baseline would be so low, bro. Every time you see a nigga with a nice little Kit Kat bar or a nice little chocolate chip cookie, bro, it's just pain. It's just shadows over your eyes. Oh, my Shayla.
See the nigga with the cookie tote? And it's just you just start salivating.
Yeah.
But you gotta go home to your plain chicken and rice.
Broccoli.
Yeah, to your broccoli. Like, bro.
Yeah.
No. The mind needs, like, a cyclical thing that has different values to it. It needs different values. It's like having a balanced meal, but just with life.
Yeah.
The grind the grind might be a big portion of what you need. Let's look at the grind as like protein or whatever. But you could only take in so much protein before it's not doing anything for you.
Yeah. Or it just gets converted into empty calories.
Exactly. And now we looking at our people, let's call them the greens.
Yeah.
We just like, they're not giving me gains though.
Right, the green's not protein for real. Like, do I really, you know what I'm saying? They taking up space. I could put more protein in.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, you got these muscles and your muscles is mad like fucking like, it's just weak flopping around and shit, like saggy because you don't got no amino acids. You don't got none of the antioxidants, you know what I'm saying? you don't have the shit that the greens will provide, bro. Because it's like, as you're saying, it's a cycle thing, and I think that's the thing that has been really fucking me up. And I haven't realized it, is that I don't have a cycle, bruh. I don't have a fucking cycle. I just have work.
Exactly. It's just protein, bro.
It's just protein. And then it's like, and even when it comes to like my greens, is like, I'm always thinking like, damn, bro, fuck, did I cook these greens right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, I want one day that, Brock, you're not gonna fuck with me no more type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now I can't even really enjoy the reality of like, okay, I have these different parts of my life that are all like fueling into me, because I'm always like worried about this one part all the time. And that worry transcends and bleeds into like anxiety and worry about everything else. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bruh, like the last few days, bruh, it's so weird, because it's been like, at work, it's been like the best it's been in like a long time at work, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, it's great, blah blah blah. I'm going to the gym at work and shit. It's great. And then like I come home and it's just like nothing, bro. It's just like nothing, because it's like, damn, well, I gotta get back to work, because I'm not where I need to be yet, and I'm not close, and I'm not making progress, and I need to make progress, or else my greens is gonna leave me. And then, but I still also need to be around, because if I'm not, then my greens are also gonna leave me. And it's like, I need to evolve emotionally, because if I keep making the same mistakes, my greens are gonna leave me. But then it's like, oh damn, all of this energy I'm spending trying to mature emotionally could have been spent on the grind. Oh damn, all this time spent working could have been spent on developing my website. Or like, you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah. Oh damn, Easy Pass took $100 from me.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like obviously I don't want to skirt my responsibilities to the side or anything like that. But it's like, it would feel so good to just like just enjoy shit for what it is again. Like how I did when I was a kid.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that song I showed you, I Miss the Days? How he talks about like, when we were kids, when we were happy, we were just happy, bro.
That's it.
Your greatest problem was like your ball rolling under some nigga's car or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you realize like, a lot of us are missing that. And that's why I was so happy to like have this new like gaming thing introduced into my life. Because now, even though it's not completely balanced, my scale isn't teetered all the way to one side anymore. It's like I have something that I can hold on to. And it's just like, I'm realizing I can find joy in other places.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that other song I was telling you. It's like, I'm not 100% happy yet, but I'm like way less sad. You know what I mean? I'm way less sad.
Great answer.
And it's, low key, I might just be happy. It's like, I don't know. It's, I'm starting to realize like, yeah, I'm 23. People look at us like babies, bro.
Which makes no sense.
People look at us who are like 8 years older than us and be like, oh,
I just started.
Like, yeah. And I have relatives, but who are like in their 50s and they still haven't figured it out, but they have times to, low key, they might have another 30 years in them.
I got one more in me.
Exactly, bro. To figure that out.
Yeah.
And when you think about how much you can accomplish in a year, it makes you really sit and think like, wow, yeah, it will suck to not be where I want to be for the next like 10 years, but there's more to this than just that.
Yeah. That's 10 years of shit happening.
That's 10 years of shit happening. 10 years of relationships, 10 years of nights out, 10 years of stuff that we're never going to forget when we're 10 years older. And it's like, bro, is that not just exciting?
For sure.
Even just this, right? Anything could happen right now. Remember that morning we woke up to an earthquake? That was ridiculous.
When we woke up in the fucking the fumes from the Canada fire.
Bro.
Everything is orange.
Everything.
Bro.
I was like, what?
Am I in Mexico?
What's going on? Why do they always do that in the movies?
It's stereotypical.
Why do they do that, bro?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. There's so much, and it's just like I'm really looking forward to the prospect of just like, wow. There's so many things I'm watering right now, but I feel like I have a little garden instead of just like one tree that I'm just like, I don't like these branches, bro. Why do they look like that?
Where the fuck is my fruit?
Punching the tree, and then all the other plants are dying.
Yeah.
It's like you're standing on them to get to this tree and try to make it big and strong, but it's just like somebody recently told me like you don't realize a tree is a tree until it's a tree. You just you just gotta leave it alone and just keep watering it, bro. I'm about to hit a financial goal right now. I didn't even like realize I was about to hit.
Yeah.
Until like, oh shoot, I'm about to hit that, you know?
Yeah.
And I've just been watering it. I've just been doing what I have to do. And it's just like, there's so much joy to be found in even just being home or coming back home from work. And the thing is, we have to stop, and I want to advocate for this for as long as I can. Stop putting so many expectations on everything. People want everything to be everything. It's like, say I come over here, right? And I'm hungry, right? I'm hungry, but I don't want to say anything. And I'm just looking at you the whole time we're doing this podcast. You're not gonna offer me no food. And you over here trying to create jokes. You trying to have a nice dialogue.
The nigga is not laughing.
I'm just like
mean mugging.
You're really not going real? Alright, cool. Fuck this podcast.
Yeah. You are a man of false promises.
You were set on the throne of lies.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I like the shit about the garden.
Yeah.
It's so profound to me.
Thank you.
I was just like just thought up just now is like, you got a garden, right?
What the hell?
This is your garden.
Brother just ripped the entire couch cushion off.
Look.
Okay.
This is your garden, right? This is your plot of land, right?
I like this demonstration. Continue.
You know how a garden got like sections, you have different plants and shit? We come from homes where we are not taught how to build our gardens. So we have to figure out how to build our gardens, right?
Damn.
So we start, so we just start with one seed, sure. And then as we go through life, oh, I care about this too. Oh, I got a girl now. Family. Blah, blah, blah. So sprinkling seeds all over the fucking place. And as you go through life, you're trying to water the ones that are most important to you. So then certain ones start to sprout. But just like in the jungle, when you have like an overpopulation of like plants, it turns into a pecking order of who has the highest canopy. So it's like, okay, you have this one right here that has grown to like this high. It has their leaves spread all over and it's covering the sunlight for all of the other ones.
Overshadowing.
And you're watering and you're like, oh no, all of my other ones are dying. So you're here like, okay, I'm gonna grind more, water, and not realizing the problem isn't that you're watering the water is getting. The problem is that it's not getting any sunshine, you know, and which translates to like, the problem may not be that you're not grinding hard enough. The problem may be that you don't know how to rest properly.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, it's not that you don't have a network of professionals is like you don't know how to leverage your network or like whatever it is.
That's
right?
a fantastic analogy.
And it's like, so now, even though it seems like you're taking time away from the grind or from pouring into your goals, now instead of just watering all of your shit sporadically, you're like, let me just put the pot down. Let me go get some wire, some wood, and let me make sections for each plant, so that each part of the garden has its space to grow.
Exactly.
So now, when each part like grows, it doesn't entangle itself in other plants' vines.
Exactly. Because the moment that starts happening, you just have a mess.
You just have a mess. You can't even tell like, well, what did we start with?
Exactly. You can't tell certain things from other things too.
Yeah.
Things just start to bleed together.
Yeah.
And you start asking yourself,
how did I get here?
What was I even doing?
Yeah. And then you start wondering why like so many different parts of your life are falling at the same time. Because it's like, because everything is so deeply interconnected, because you didn't take the time to build a system that allowed things to thrive like separately.
And then it's like, you look at your garden, it's brittle, it's dry, it's dead, right? But you still have that one thing that you've been betting on this whole time. And then you're like, all right, I still got my champion. I still got my, my tank here. And then you look at the very, very top of that thing and you start to see the browning. You start seeing the browning and you're just like, what even happened?
Yep.
And you might have your pride and joy, but your whole garden's dead, so was it worth it?
You got your pride and joy, but it's growing slower because now the soil doesn't have the nutrients that the other plants were like giving to it, and the other like the bugs and the other like just parts of your garden were given to it. So now it's just like, what the fuck is a tree finna do in the middle of a desert? You know what I'm saying? It could be a goddamn sequoia tree. Yeah, all I care, bro. Yeah. And this is going to die.
It's just going to die. And you ask yourself, you don't even ask yourself. You realize, like, I created a garden first for a reason. You know? This is what I have. And I keep trying to convince myself that this tree is going to save everything.
Yeah.
But
it's the whole point of the garden is that you can pull fruit from different places.
Exactly.
And make meals from that.
Because one apple tree is not gonna...
It's not gonna feed your family.
It's not gonna satiate you.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get tired of apples at some point. You know what I'm saying? God damn, nigga. Apples again? You really shouldn't have. And it's like, bro, you gotta just realizing the value in all of the different parts of my life is like, it's helping and it's hurting at the same time. But I don't think that that's wrong.